NATO described the Madrid summit as crucial for the future of the alliance in a more competitive and dangerous world. The United States pledged a further boost to American forces in Europe.
Together, our allies, we're going to make sure that NATO is ready to meet threats from all directions across every domain, land, air, and the sea.
The new US deployments in Europe include a permanent headquarters for the US Fifth Army Corps in Poland, enhanced rotational deployments in Romania and the Baltic states, plus additional naval destroyers, F-35 fighter jet squadrons and air defense systems. Separately, NATO is planning a 7-fold increase in its rapid response force to 300,000 troops.
It's part of NATO's reorientation from what I'll call some decades of crisis management international operations to really focus on deterrence and defense of allied territory.
NATO also looks set to expand as Finland and Sweden were officially invited to join after Turkey lifted its veto on the eve of the summit. Each member state must now approve the applications, which could be finalized in weeks.
It's definitely one component of making Madrid a historic summit, and it was great to get it at the very beginning. And of course, Finnish and Swedish NATO membership allows you to just replan all of Northern Europe's defense.
NATO's changing strategic posture was outlined in a new strategic concept endorsed Tuesday at the summit.
It makes clear that Russia poses the most significant and direct threat to our security.
While NATO shores up its defences, Ukraine continues to face the full force of Russia's invasion. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressed the summit from Kiev.
This is not a war being waged by Russia against only Ukraine. This is a war for the right to dictate conditions in Europe, for what the future world order will be like.
NATO agreed on a new long-term package of support for Ukraine. Individual NATO members are sending heavy weapons, but Ukraine says it needs much more.
They've had to do a lot of initial training. They've done that. Some systems have been delivered. So they're coming out in small penny packets, if you will, unfortunately.
NATO members were joined by Indo-Pacific allies from Japan, South Korea, Australia and New Zealand. For the first time, NATO's new strategic concept mentioned China.
We see a deepening strategic partnership between Moscow and Beijing. And China's growing assertiveness and its coercive policies have consequences for the security of allies and our partners.
The Madrid summit marks a historic moment for NATO in recognizing new challenges from climate change to China. But its new strategic concept is clear that Russia poses the biggest security risk, and the alliance must adapt to that threat.